Yo, what's going on guys? I'm J. Ray, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing Psycho-Pass Mandatory Happiness for the PlayStation 4. And I'm going to start by reading the words from their website. In the new future, everyone's mental state and disposition can now be quantified. Everything from emotional tendencies to criminal behavior are recorded and utilized as a guideline to lead everyone to the good life. Not only pursuing happiness, but attaining it. Needless to say, the public was excited to begin quantifying their everyday lives. The general term for this value, which determines the morality of an individual's heart and soul, is commonly known as the Psycho-Pass. One component of this value is the crime coefficient, which is ultimately a number that represents an individual's potential to commit crime. In order to combat those who attempt to disrupt the status quo, detectives work in tandem to maintain peace and order, composed of enforcers and inspectors. The former is tasked with apprehending suspects, while the latter oversees and commands their subordinate colleagues. After all, enforcers possess high crime coefficients. However, because of their criminal nature, they can better understand what makes other criminals tick, allowing them to sniff out suspects and arrest the true perpetrators. But because of their criminal background, inspectors are needed to provide a calm and sound judgment to each case. Ultimately, all members of the MWPSB have to walk a fine line, maintaining their own mental health while facing the worst that society has to offer. With justice in their hearts, the detectives of Division 1 tackle each case, confronting humanity's ugly truths, but what lies ahead. So that's what we get from the site. That is what they're saying. And basically, I want to go into my experience, how I felt about Psycho-Pass before playing this game, how I felt about the game before actually playing it. So I watched Psycho-Pass sometime last year and I was gripped. I was super interested in the world that they were creating and how it would all end up, because it's kind of like, it's a futuristic type setting. It's kind of like Minority Report, but instead of having people with abilities to see the future, it's all based on seeing everyone's psychological state and whatnot. So they're arresting people who might eventually commit a crime, not people who have actually committed a crime. And that's always been an interesting concept to me. So the end of the first series was okay, but I didn't feel the urge to watch the second series. And when I saw the trailer for Psycho-Pass Mandatory Happiness, the game, I was more worried than excited. See, the trailer showed only clips from the show and what seemed to be still images and menus and dialogue sections of the game. After doing some more research though, I realized that this game was a visual novel. I have never played a visual novel before, but it seemed like it would be kind of like a digital choose your own adventure book with cutscenes. But let's actually get into the gameplay. So gameplay. The gameplay here is pretty much non-existent. Like, you read and listen, and once in a while you get to make a choice. You can look up any words you don't understand in a glossary that basically explains things in this universe as someone tells you about them. But the game is mostly watching static images, listening to them speak, or skipping through the story as you read the text. And you read descriptive text about your character's thoughts and feelings. You read descriptive text regarding any actions you take, and you even read descriptive text when there's a fight occurring. There's not one cutscene throughout this whole game. It's just a bunch of static images. Now and again the characters' mouths move and their eyes blink, but there's nothing captivating here at all. It's more entertaining to read a comic or manga, as you can actually see action occurring. At one point in the game you get into a fight and the screen just goes blank while text describes everything. After every strike you see a flash in the darkness, and then you're given more text to describe what just happened. So seeing as this is a visual novel, the story is the main course here. So let's talk about that. So story. So when I began the story, I was excited. You have the choice between a female inspector with amnesia and a male enforcer looking for his childhood friend that went missing. Both of these characters aren't from the original series. They're actually original characters, so they don't have to stick to the story that happened in the series, I guess. This does actually take place alongside the first series, although I don't understand how that would be possible because like everyone in the first series is working on these cases, so I don't know. But I chose the female inspector as she was described as cold and logical. And I chose her because she was an inspector, and I thought that would give me more opportunities to make choices than being an enforcer, where whether that was right or wrong, I'll never know, because I'll never be playing through this game ever again. Like, I don't want to spoil the story for you, as the game is pretty much only that, but it took me more than an hour before I was given the opportunity to make a choice, and that's just ridiculous to me. Like, I like RPGs where you get to make choices all the time, but this just, yeah, it just didn't do it for me. My excitement for the story quickly wore off as I became bored of reading this mediocre story. The main antagonist was whack, the cases I investigated were mediocre, and I just became bored. See, there's a twist in the story that comes later that I saw coming from a mile away. It was just shoved down my throat with no subtlety whatsoever. It's like you'd have to be brain dead not to figure it out. However, I finished with a bad ending, so I didn't get to see the whole twist coming to fruition. So hey, I might be wrong. That's another thing. There are multiple endings and paths you can go down through your choices. However, the game became so boring that I don't want to play through again and try to see other endings at all. Now, there are some unnatural translations and typos, which is annoying in a game that consists of pretty much only reading, but it only happened a couple of times and didn't really hurt the game. They do, however, have the voice actors from the main anime in this, but I wouldn't know because I watched the dubbed version, to be honest. So, modes. There was one extra mode included, which basically allows you to earn points by playing a mediocre minigame in order to buy concept art and voice lines. Like, this is more of a game than the main game, but there was no point to it, and I didn't care about concept art or voice lines. This added almost nothing to the experience. So is it worth the price? Now, wow, this game is a fully priced game, currently at $49.99 on Amazon. Did I have fun playing this game? No. Would I suggest it to any of my friends? No. In terms of hours of play though, I think I got about 6 to 8 hours out of this game. 2 of those hours were full of wishful thinking, and through the rest of the hours, I just wanted the story to hurry up and finish so that I could review it, to be honest. So I've got to say, this game is not worth the price. If it was £20 and you were into visual novels or you loved the Psycho-Pass series, then I'd say, okay, get it. But at $49.99, you're better off just watching the anime or reading the manga. The anime is leaps and bounds better than this game, to be honest. How to make it better. After some thinking, I decided to add a new section to my review. See, usually I'd end it after telling you if the game is worth the price or not, but I wanted to share my thoughts on how these games that aren't worth the price could be better. So Psycho-Pass got boring because it was a whole lot of reading and looking at static images. If it was full of cutscenes instead, this game would have been miles better. I would have much more enjoyed to sit back and watch a super long cutscene and then make a few choices that would change the course of the story. Talking about choices, that is something that this game severely lacks. I was interested to see how things would play out in the beginning of the story, but the pacing for the choices are so bad and the number of them is so minuscule that I quickly became tired of waiting through hours of reading to make a choice. If there had been way more choices in the game, it would have been much more interesting. You should be making a choice within the first 15 minutes, in my opinion, and a choice every 10 minutes would have made this game much better. Thanks for watching, guys. Also, thanks for liking and subscribing. Let me know what you thought of Psycho-Pass Mandatory Happiness in the comment section below. Also, if you want to check out the rest of my reviews, you can click on the playlist on the screen, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long, so all this warmth I share